Yeah, so check out, get around to them, these French breakfast radishes are sown on the 12th of August. Look at these, absolutely beautiful. Think down to the rain, you know. In fact, we had crazy amounts of rain, and I'll put a clip up about that shortly. Oh, it's crazy. That is crazy.
I'm not going to like it.
No. So as regards those French beans, I picked that lot mostly off there. There was a few came off here. If I just spin round, some off this little row here. You can actually see that they're still flowering, but I think that's probably going to be the last main picking. So what we're doing now is trying to leave these, although, you know, where we are in South Cumbria, it's always a problem trying to get enough dry weather in autumn to get these pods dried out. That's not a particularly good example, but you can see there's plenty on, and if we just get enough dry weather like that sort of thing, you see, you can feel the seeds developing inside, so that's a better shot. Yeah, so we just want to try and save some seed off those. That's Ferrari, because unfortunately poor old Wilco, that's where we used to get them from. I'm sure you can still buy them from other places, but you know, don't want to take any chances really. And these are the good old pongos, so again we're doing the same here. We're just letting these ripen, and then we'll always save some fresh seed for the following year, because they're a really excellent bean. Coming back to our courgettes, you can see mostly I did manage to keep on top of the mildew, just kept removing the worst affected leaves, and you can see it's still churning out nice new green leaves, but I just don't think we're getting the temperatures now. You know, you can see the little ones coming there, but they're not getting pollinated or something, they're just dropping off. So it's time for them to go, but they've done well, but they're going straight in the compost bin. So looking at this kiwi, you can see kind of like it's throwing a lot of shade. So what we're going to do is, in winter when all those leaves are gone, we're going to cut it right the way back close to the fence, and then try and keep it pruned, keep on top of it, because you know it throws out these massive growths, you know, which if you let them, you know, they've been scrambling up into the apple tree. But what I found is, for example, here's some of the little fruits. If you let them go just a little bit squishy, like now, they're really sweet. If you have them when they're more tart, you know, if they're firmer, oh yeah, but they're delicious, really nice. Right guys, so I've removed these two courgettes, and I've noticed, guess what? Our neighbourhood's cat, one of them anyway, has been in and pooped in there. I really don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll get these leaves, because they're excellent brown too for the compost, and then I'll there's a black polythene sheet which I've folded, so I'm going to pull that back over so the little buggers can't get in again. So that's the last of the Rapunzel cherry toms. You see there's some not quite right, but they'll ripen, and I'm going to clear those out. So here they are. So like I say, I'm just going to clear them out, chop them up, they're all going to compost. I'll probably remove this basil here and weed it all, and I've got overwintering lettuce, Hill 2, Miracle of Four Seasons, and I've got some coriander, some spring onion to go here, and I'll probably do the same in a week or two's time on this side as well. So last Sunday, a week ago, we had this crazy amount of rain. It was just, I've never really seen anything quite like it. It's my own fault. I did actually think, should I move these seed trays inside the greenhouse? Completely overlooked it, and I don't know if you can make that out, but the rain was so, I mean, they were, like I say, underneath this apple tree, but the rain was so intense it's kind of washed a lot of the seeds out of the compost. It's just mad. So that's hill 2, really good germination. Spring onion again, pretty good, almost, there's only one cell hasn't come through. The broom diver, I think the seed's about napped. You can see one there, that's it. And this Miracle of Four Seasons, well, not brilliant, but I'm going to sow them again. And the coriander, pretty good. So I've got plenty to go in that first side of the greenhouse. And also, while I'm just here, I thought I'd show you this. I've been down the micro orchard yesterday and weeded out the bed where these spring cabbage. So what I've done is I just made this little frame to protect them from cabbage white. So it's just some rough pallet wood screwed together with some Enviromesh staple to the top, and then it's sat on a couple of course of building bricks. So just to say, it was just to keep the cabbage whites off, and you can see the really nice healthy looking plants there. There's some at different stages, so what I'll do is I'll just plant the bigger ones, and then when these smaller ones have caught, they'll go in as well to follow them. And this here, that is lamb's lettuce, I think it is. Yeah. So again, I'm going to put those in the greenhouse because I've not tried that before. So that's something else to, in terms of overwintering salad material. I've pulled a few carrots. They're nothing to write home about, but they're all right. They're not damaged. And I say again, I think it's this vine. They're very shaded. So again, I'm going to cut all that back. But they're like I said, they're not showcase carrots, but they're tasty, and you can't beat the taste of a fresh carrot, I don't think. So yeah, all right, aren't they? Okay, so got rid of the all the Rapunzel stems, and you see I've kind of cleaned up the ground a bit. I was just looking at this pepper, and there's a couple of pretty nice ones on there, but I'll take them now, I think, and then I've just got a whole clean bed really, rather than kind of mess around, try to plant around it and then disrupt things when that has to come out. The other thing with the drippers, what I'm going to do is take the dripper, disconnect it from this 4mm micro pipe, and I'll wash those off, dry them, and store them in the man cave ready for next season. And then this micro bore, rather than try and unplug it, if you will, because it's like a self-sealing thing when you push them in, I've got some clips, so what I'll do is I'll bring it over and then clip it onto the main line, and then it'll just be ready for next year. And then really the only other thing, I'll put a little bit of bloodfish and bone in once I've got it all ready. And then, like I say, the overwintering salad things I showed you earlier, they're just going to go in here, and then I'll just repeat the process, like I say, in a week, maybe 2 weeks time, when the Crimson Crush are over. As you can see, the last of them now, there's not many left, and so that's the plan. Well, that's where I'm up to now. You can see I've stripped all the leaves now off the Crimson Crush, pulled the remaining basil out. All the peppers have gone, I've harvested what there was on them. And on this side, best laid plans and everything. I couldn't get the drippers off when I came to do it. They were on so tight, I was worried about damaging the micro bore tubing, although I have got spare. But you can see what I've done, I've just clipped them on like that, left them in situ. I'll give them a clean, before any frost comes in and everything. Where I'm saving on clips, so I've just tucked it under the main pipe, so it's just like they're out the way really. And So yeah, next step, lug fishing bone, and then we can get planted up. Right guys, hope you can make that out. They're just pretty small, but spring onions, lamb's lettuce here, and then we've got 3 rows of Hill 2, and then Miracle of 4 Seasons there, and then coriander. So there's a few small ones there, just to, I'll leave them to grow on a bit, and they should just fill up that bit there. And like I say, this afternoon I'm going to sow some more, and then that'll be ready for the other side. Just one more thing I want to show you before we wrap this video up, okay? Yeah, so we're in the man cave. I've got my garlic all cleaned up and ready to go back, planting out. These are the rounds, so next year they should make full size. So what I wanted to show you was these nuts here. These, well, at first I thought they were cob nuts. My neighbour asked me if I wanted a cob nut, and I said yeah. That was about 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway, I've been layering them. I've got videos on that. I'll probably put one at the end somewhere. And so I was labouring under the idea that they were cob nuts. And then my neighbour where the micro orchard is, I was looking at their tree, and gradually I saw that they were fruiting. And if you just compare the size, you know, of those, I mean, look at it. That is awesome. That's massive. So this is either a cob nut or a filbert. I'm not sure which. So I think what I've got is just ordinary hazel, but which is fine, absolutely fine, because it's food, you know, they're edible. But I definitely want one of those. So I'm going to approach the neighbour and ask if she'll let me layer a couple of branches, and then that's fantastic. Alright guys, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much to all my current subscribers and my new ones. I hope you're enjoying the content, and I'll see you soon. Take care, bye for now.